and if this is your first time, welcome. We are the WOW Board, and this is Common Pod's Lunch with Admissions to Move In. In this video, we're gonna talk about admission. What did you feel when you got in?
Hi everybody! For episode 1, we're going to be talking about everything admissions that you need to know. So how we felt about getting accepted, how we knew it was Carolina, and yeah, we're just going to go jump into it.
Yeah, I guess we'll jump into the first question. I guess my first question for y'all is, how many schools do you guys apply to?
Oh wow. I applied to like 19 schools.
Ooh, 19 schools.
Yes, I was terrified of not having options. Even though I knew like that I'm sure one of them I'll get into, but I was still scared. Yeah, I kind of had to stop myself at 19. I wanted to apply to more.
It's a lot.
Which schools did you apply to? Like, which ones were you narrowing down on when it came to your decision?
Oh, well, my ultimate goal was UNC. But, like, I applied to all the UNCs, applied to some, like, reach schools. And I hate to admit it, but I also applied to Duke. Just in case, but yeah. And then also Johns Hopkins and these big schools.
Nice. Yeah. I think I applied to 13 schools, maybe 14 in the end. Yeah, I feel like I tried getting like a broad range of like difficulty across the schools, and I also applied from every corner across the country, so I was like very different from yours, where I think UNC was the only southern school I applied to. I applied to Miami, but I feel like that I don't see that as like a southern school. I feel like Florida's a different view. But yeah, I applied everywhere from like Seattle to Florida to California to the like Northeast. So I feel like I was covering every category.
Oh, that's fair. I got scared about applying to something in California because if it was a good school and I got in, I would want to go, but I also don't want to be that far from home.
Yeah.
So yeah, I tried to like stay on one side of the country.
I feel like a big perk of UNC for us as in-state students was being so close to home, but we're also not too close to home.
Yeah, it's just a perfect like distance.
Yeah. What about you, Ty?
I was very similar to you, actually. I applied to like, I feel like every corner of the United States, like up north, like in New York. I applied to California schools, some Midwest schools, some Southern schools. But I guess I really wanted to stay in the East Coast. I didn't really want to live in the West Coast, like flying back and forth.
Yeah.
So I think in total I ended up applying to around 12, 13 schools. But I was only serious about 3 or 4 of them.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, that's fair. I also I didn't want to also like be flying all the time. Like I love that between here and Charlotte it was like just a train ride. Or even it's drivable if you have a car. It's not that bad.
Yeah.
That was really good thing.
So you said it was sort of always UNC for you. That was like the goal.
Yes, I love UNC. Like since I was in middle school, I just wanted to go to UNC. I just knew that.
I love that. I feel like I was the opposite. Like I only recently like became such a UNC fan, but now that I'm here, I love the idea that like I'm always going to be a UNC fan. Like I want to raise my whole family as UNC fans, like going to games, buying them merch, like I feel like that's so fun is that we get to carry that with us forever because it's such a spirited school.
Yeah.
I wish I grew up a UNC fan. It's funny, I actually applied to the school on the last day of the application opening. I just, very last minute, I'm like, why not, right? I mean, UNC is a great school. But yeah, I'm happy here, so.
Yeah.
Fun fact, UNC was the first school I applied to and the one I went. Like, I just realized that, like, the 18 other schools I spent time applying to, I
didn't even have to.
Like I would have been done in October. In October I would have been done with applications, but no, I extended it till January.
Could have saved so much time.
Yeah, literally.
So when you got your acceptance, did you just sign right away, like I'm coming here?
Kinda, yeah. I was waiting to see which school would offer me more scholarships kind of thing, but I was so excited when that email came in. And I was shaking, like my hands were like literally shaking. I had this whole idea where I wanted to have all my family next to me and we'd like film it and literally have the iconic like, oh, I got in. But I was so stressed. I took that laptop, ran down the stairs, woke up my mom who was in the living room. I was like, Mom, my decision is out. I can't wait. I cannot wait for the rest of the family. And I couldn't even type in my password. But then when I got in, we like started screaming. We called family in Lebanon and everything to just tell them, and it was a really nice feeling.
That's so fun. I remember I wanted that too. I wanted the whole like production. I was still at school though when it came out. So I like FaceTimed my family and I tried sharing my screen. It was so chaotic and I was like trying to type in my email just like you. And then when I saw the congratulations, I was like, I'm reading this right? Because I didn't want to tell them I got in, and then I was like misreading it, and I actually didn't. So I was like really carefully rereading it over and over again. But I have a screen recording of the FaceTime of me getting in. I think it was also my first school to get into, so it was exciting.
That's so exciting.
Nonetheless.
What happened with you? You're like.
So mine's kind of funny actually. I had no idea when it was coming out.
Okay.
So I was finishing up a baseball practice actually, and I saw like the notification. I'm like, no better time than the present, right? So I just opened it up and I was with all my teammates and stuff. It was a pretty cool experience.
That's so fun.
Oh, that's so nice. I definitely like the thing about congratulation part. I had to reread it a few times because I was like, what if I did not get in and I think I got in? Like you start feeling, am I being delusional? But yeah, it's always nice to get that acceptance letter.
Yeah, it's a good feeling.
Did you have to take a long time before you committed? Like
I took a pretty long time because I was waiting to see other schools. UNC was not originally my top choice. In full honesty, I had thrown in like an application here because I was like, it's my state school, I may as well. But since I'm not originally from North Carolina, I really wanted to get out because I moved here during COVID, so it wasn't the best introduction. So I didn't love North Carolina that much at the beginning, and I was really hoping to go back either to like the Northeast or back to California. So I just thrown in an application, and I was dead set on 2 other schools, and this was the last school that I was touring. So it was, I think, like April 20th, 21st. So it was like pretty close to the deadline. I was like pretty convinced I was going somewhere else, and I came for an admitted students day, and I was pretty sure I was gonna hate it the whole drive up, and it was raining and cold, and I was like, okay, this isn't gonna help me at all want to go here. I was like, it's fine, like we'll go. And as I'm on the tour, I was like, hold on, I kind of really like this. And I was realizing, I was like, UNC kind of checks every box that I wanted to be checked. Like, it had the spirit, the academics, the classic campus, the social life. Like, it had everything I was looking for. And I was like freaking out. I was like, wait, I'm not supposed to like UNC. What's happening? And then during tours for every other college, I did not buy like any merch because I was like, I feel like it's bad luck to buy merch, or it means I'm committing to the college. But at the very end of the tour, I went into the student stores with my parents, and I was like, guys, I think I want to buy a sweatshirt. I was like, I think we're gonna buy a sweatshirt. And I have a video of me like checking out with a sweatshirt, and I was like, I'm buying a sweatshirt. And I was freaking out. I was like, oh my god, I think I'm choosing UNC.
Moments. Yes.
Yeah, so very different story than I was expecting for my admissions process, but it worked out in the end, so I'll take it.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. Your story is so much like mine.
Really?
So like I said, I applied very last minute. Really had no intentions of coming here. I grew up a huge Vanderbilt fan, and obviously it's like in my backyard. So all along I really wanted to go there. I ended up getting in there, but once I got my Carolina acceptance, I really started thinking more about the school, like how well-rounded it is, like the academics, the social life, obviously great basketball. And yeah, so I actually didn't have an official tour here. I ended up just coming with my dad for a weekend. We went to a baseball game, and I had that aha moment looking at the Wilson Library. I'm like, this is where I belong. So
yeah,
it's a really cool process for me.
Yeah, it was really like touring did definitely change. Like it improved my view of Carolina a lot. Like even though I knew I wanted to come here, especially that my sister went here and I visited here when I was like in middle school. But then when I was older, I came here to visit. I also was in Model UN, and we came here for our conference, and I fell in love with how everything looked. The nature around us, the weather, even the buildings look so like fresh from the outside with like the green trees, and I love the quad.
The quad's gorgeous.
It's so pretty.
It's so pretty, especially on like a nice day.
Yes.
All you want after class is just to like like just sleep on that grass.
I loved in February. It was like the first warm day and everyone was on the quad and I was like, this is the moment I've been waiting for.
Yes,
It's like seeing
same
people
here.
like throwing a frisbee on the quad. I was like, oh my gosh, I've been dreaming about this.
Yes, I fell in love with UNC immediately. Like I even went to other colleges' scholarship interviews. Like I took the time to do the interviews for their scholarships and I got them. But then I was like, actually, I'm sorry, I gotta go with UNC. I can't do that. I feel like I'm betraying UNC.
Adding on that, I feel like Franklin Street is a perfect blend, like on the campus as well.
Yeah, I love Franklin Street. It's like a mini city.
Yeah.
I don't know, like a mini downtown.
Yeah.
I don't know, I like it.
Me too. I love that. I feel like that was one thing that like drew me into UNC was having like the classical campus, but then also having like restaurants and places to go and not feeling like trapped. But it's also that typical college town where everything is UNC themed.
Yes, I even went to Walmart, and it had UNC flags there. I fangirled over that Walmart. Like first you wouldn't expect to go into Walmart and see like UNC flags.
Yeah.
And then I was like on the entrance, I was like, oh my god, there's UNC everywhere. The only thing that would like make it perfect is that if the blue inside Walmart was a Carolina blue.
There you go. It's too close to the Duke color.
Yeah,
I don't
too
like
close. No, I don't like it either. Did you guys just wait until the last day? I just wanted to know that. Do you remember?
When making our decision?
Yeah.
Mine was really close. I think the deadline, May 1st? Is that what it is? I think I was like April 27th, to be honest with you. I waited really last minute. I didn't want to wait that long, but I kind of struggled with my decision, so it took me a long time.
Did you guys also, I don't know if it's just me, but like before the deadline, I double and triple and quadruple checked that I actually committed. Even though I have a video of me committing and paying and everything. But I kept on double checking. I committed, right? Like I needed to like always check. But yeah, did you guys were able to like stay on campus for like a day with some friends or something before?
So I actually, before I ever thought that I would even like be throwing in an application to Carolina, junior year I came and visited my cousin. And she's from LA, so I feel like seeing someone who is out of state really helped me feel a bit better about UNC, because I was a bit nervous that I would feel like it was all in state. But like my roommate right now is out of state. One of my suite mates is out of state, so I kind of liked having like the diversity of people here. And I feel like I purposely chose that path. But visiting my cousin was like the first reason that I was like, okay, I may as well just apply here, because I was like, this is a really pretty campus, and I was seeing how much she loved it. Like I feel like seeing people's experiences at UNC is what makes you really want to go there, because I feel like so many people here are just so passionate about Carolina, and like that's really what draws me in, because I wanted to feel really spirited and connected to my school. So visiting her, I like stayed the night with her, and she showed me around and introduced me to everyone here, and that was when I was like, okay, I'll apply. But otherwise I hadn't been back here until my admitted students day, and then I think I probably committed like a couple days after. So yeah,
It's really nice.
Mine was totally opposite. I didn't know a single person here, so when I accepted my letter, I guess I really didn't know what to expect. But like Avery was saying, like when I was walking around when I was visiting with my dad, I could tell like how passionate people are about Carolina. Like all the students here are so friendly, you know, they're all super well rounded, so I feel like that was enough for me to commit here.
yeah.
So you had you didn't have anyone from your high school or like relatives come here ever? Like right now you don't have like friends from high school here at all?
No one from my high school went here. I think in total I've met 4 people from Nashville.
Wow.
2 of which are freshmen and one's a sophomore, so not many people from Nashville come here, which I think is pretty cool. I've really enjoyed meeting a lot of people. I feel like that's the coolest part about college.
Yeah.
I love that about college too.
Yeah.
I had like 20 people from my high school come here, and most of them were actually my close friends from high school.
Oh, that's incredible.
Yeah.
That's so fun. I know. I have like some close friends who go here too, and it was really nice like being able to go into this knowing people, but then I feel like we all established the idea that we wanted to also branch out and join separate clubs and do different majors and like meet new people. But it's also really nice to come in with like already pre-made connections. But obviously like college is such a fresh start. Like so it's comforting to see people that you know, especially like familiar faces, even in the first few weeks. But I feel like it's also really exciting to meet like new people who you're gonna know for the next however many years, and that's really exciting.
I agree. It definitely felt nice, even during like the orientation. I had friends from my high school come with me, so the first night is always, even during orientation and these uncomfortable mattresses. Yeah, we'll talk about that, but it's also always so comforting.
Yeah.
So I know you mentioned you had 20 people from your high school come here. When you were like thinking about coming to Carolina, did you come up here at all to visit any of them?
We not really, no. Like, especially because they were more friends, like they were older, so like I knew them. But then I came with my high school friends in my same grade for admitted day, is that what it's called? And for Model UN we came there. But otherwise, I've never spent a night here or anything before moving in.
Yeah.
Did you stay anywhere else when you were looking around?
At other colleges?
Yeah, at other colleges.
Now that I think about it, I actually don't think so. So maybe that was really impactful, because I really don't think I would have like thought to have even put in an application here, because I was so convinced that I was leaving the state. So I really do think that was important for me, because after being admitted, the whole time I was thinking about like, okay, well, this is how much my cousin has loved being here. So now I'm like, wait, that's kind of the experience I want. So yeah, I feel like visiting UNC was really important for me, because otherwise it was only really what I had like heard about UNC. But especially like seeing the buildings and everything, I was like, oh my gosh, this is so pretty. How could I not want to spend the next 4 years here?
I actually have on my phone, I was looking at my old pictures, and I found like myself taking pictures of the student store, of Lenore, and then I'm like, oh my god, I live here now. Like, how did Caren, like from I don't know how many years ago, knew that you're gonna be living here every day?
Yeah.
It's just crazy.
I remember right before leaving from the admitted students day, we were like driving out and we were about to pass the old well, and I was like, wait, pull the car over, like double park really quick, I need to get a photo in front of the old well. And I like threw on my new sweatshirt. It was like pouring rain, but I was like, I need an old well photo because it'll make it official. And it was so exciting. I love that there's like symbols all around UNC that it's like everyone recognizes. Yeah.
Or the little the mail thingy we got.
Yes.
How they were like the abbreviations they use, like Carolina's.
GDT badge.
Yes.
Yeah.
I even like had to call my sister and be like, what does that mean? Like, what? Like I'm supposed to go in knowing all of these. I need to know them. But yeah, well, I can't wait to hear about like y'all's preparation to get into UNC and the orientation process and everything. I can't wait to hear that in our next episode.
Did you guys have like any sort of doubts after you committed to UNC? Were you like worried or anxious about it, or like did you feel like you were prepared for it?
I definitely, like, I was like, what if there was a better program for biomed or something like that? But at the end of the day, I knew I was stubborn. I wanted UNC no matter what. Like, I was also like praying I wouldn't get into too many other schools, so I don't have to like doubt my decision. But no, I knew it. I just knew that.
I guess I had a little bit of doubts. I mean, when I committed, I was obviously really happy, and I guess like the summer before, I have a twin sister, and she committed to Georgia, and my best friend from home was also going there. So I guess I regretted that a little bit at the time, and also, the thought of going to Vanderbilt, so close to my home, I could see my family. But ultimately, like, when I stepped on campus, like, all those doubts went away.
Yeah. For me, I know I had like gotten off the wait list to another school after committing to UNC, and I was like a little bit torn at first because I was like, oh gosh, this was a school that I really wanted to go to. But I feel like by then I was so into UNC, and like I was just so excited that I had already pictured myself here that honestly it wasn't even much of a choice. I had found my roommate, I had found my suite mates, like I was just really excited. So I feel like not having that doubt made me feel even more confident in my decision.
Well, I think that's a good way to end it, guys. That's everything about admission. Well, what should you be doing the summer before getting here? Find out in the next episode.
Thank you.
We hope hope you enjoyed this episode of Admissions to Move In. Be sure to follow our social media found in the description below. And check out our website at go.unc.edu/pods for more Common Pods launch content. Until next time, Tarheels!